Hey friends, I'm back from Florida and I'm ready to chat, so let's get going. Hi friends, I had an awesome time in Florida, but I'm so happy to be back in the Midwest. Even though Florida is beautiful and great and I had so much fun, it's just not home. So the Midwest is home. So I'm very glad to be home. But on this episode podcast, Midwest No Bounds podcast, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my trip down in Florida. And then that is going to be it. I have one bonus episode coming up that I'm going to work on. So I did episode 12 and episode 13, and then I'm doing a small bonus episode, which is an extension to episode 13. And then this podcast, and then that's it for anything of Florida and Disney and everything. Because one, I'm not a local. I don't live down in Florida, and I don't want anyone new watching getting confused that I am not a local, and I want to make it clear I'm from the Midwest. And plus two, I don't want to annoy people that are not interested in Florida when they're looking at my title and going, why is she all about Florida? I thought this was the Midwest. So yeah, this is going to be, so for podcast wise of talking, this will be the last of it. And then that bonus episode. And then that's it. Back to the Midwest. So for my trip down in Florida, yes, we did drive all the way down into Florida, but yeah, we stayed at the Port Orleans Resort in Riverside, and we were there for the whole week. And then we only did 3 park days. So we did the Magic Kingdom, the first park was Epcot, then it was Magic Kingdom, and then we did Hollywood Studios. So we did get a chance to just hang out at the hotel. So I was able to show around on a lot of places. And there's a lot of people that only go to the parks and not realize that there's this other stuff too. Like you can actually go fishing at Disney. You could take the horse carriage rides. You could take bike rides. I showed it for when we go where we took the transportation boat to Disney Springs. People can go golfing. I'm not even sure how many golf courses there are, but there's more than one. I know that for sure. But it was just so much fun, being there and doing all the things that we did. The only downside was that I really lost my voice really badly, which is why this is to explain why I'm doing the bonus episode, is that on the last couple days being at Disney, I really, when it came to the footage of trying to film myself and stuff like that, I really didn't talk much in the camera. There's really no audio of me talking. There's only a little bit here and there. And because I had no voice. And I needed to rest my voice when I needed to talk. So that's the one difficult thing is that you have with the parks it's always loud, like there's always the music that's really loud and everything. And then when you have a little one, you're not given a chance for your voice to rest. My son was so excited about everything. He did not allow me to stop talking. He was constantly just, Mom, 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 look at this, look at that. that whole thing. And he was very insisting of me responding to every single thing that he was saying. So there was zero rest. And my husband didn't come with on this trip. So when it came to the bigger rides that my daughter wanted to go on, my dad took her on those rides. So I was with my son most of the trip. So he was not allowing me to stop talking. So for the third park day, we did Hollywood Studios. And that one, for a little toddler, they don't have as much for rides wise. But he, for some reason on that day, was all about seeing the characters. So I did a lot of recording, but those are my personal recordings. So I'll share like a little bit of it for the bonus video, but those are mine. Those are my captured memories that I will cherish forever. And then on the last day, we went resort hopping because the time frame that we went, it was before Easter. So they had all of the chocolate Easter eggs, and they're huge, and they're made by cast members, and they're, oh gosh, I don't even know how big they were. They were like a couple feet tall and like really wide, super decorative. They're made out of chocolate, and they're big. We took the monorail and resort hopped to see the chocolate eggs for those ones. They had them at the Grand Floridian and Contemporary. What we didn't know at the time was that they had the other eggs. I want to say it was over at the Yacht Club, which was not in the route that we were at, but that was new, where they added it to those resorts, or at least as far as I know. So, and we didn't know about it. And yeah, so we missed a bunch of the eggs, but I heard that a lot of people were missing the eggs because they were thrown off that it was at half the eggs were at different resorts than what they normally were. And then when we were at the Grand Floridian and we're looking for the eggs there, they literally made it like an Easter egg hunt. So there was like 3 that were easy to find, but then they had one that was over in one of the other buildings for where the hotel rooms are at. And then the other one was over in like the DVC building, and I had no clue where that was. I was having a hard time trying to find it. So yeah, it was confusing. There was even cast members, because I would ask where they were and they would tell me, but at the same time they weren't fully confident either. So, I did what I could. I took pictures, I filmed, I tried to find them. But yes, they were 100% made out of chocolate. They were not small, they were big. They were like a couple feet big. I don't think 3 feet. But they were big, so they used a lot of chocolate. And sometimes if you're standing in the right spot, you would be able to smell the chocolate. But that was a lot of fun seeing those eggs, though. And it's something different. There's always something new that they're doing throughout the year for like the festivals. So when we were there, we were doing the flower and garden. And no matter how much you prepare, you just don't see it all. You don't get to it all. Since we were only doing one park day for those 3, there was a lot of stuff that we did miss. So, but there was a lot of stuff that we did too. We did a lot. It was a lot. No, we did a lot. Yes, we did. We did a lot. Oh, but I do want to show you one thing that I got. I did put it in episode 12. So when you get off of Living Off the Land, and you can get a plant. I'll put the name at the bottom of the type of plant that it is. I forgot what it's even called. It starts with a K. But I got it home. It survived. The plant survived the road trip back home. And it survived. I put it in a pot. And I had to put like a plastic bag over it because it's supposed to not accumulate. It's supposed to, whatever the word I'm thinking of, acclimate, whatever, to get used to the humidity levels. And for whatever reason, there was something about it. My son decided to squish it. Not only once, but twice. However, it survived somehow. Somehow it survived the road trip from Florida and being squished by my son twice. But I got it in this pot. Ta-da! There's my plant from Epcot. Coming off of Living Off the Land, living with the land, off of the ride of Living with the Land. But there's my pot, and I watered it so you can see the different soil coloring is a little bit different, but but there's my plant. So it's grown quite a bit. When I first got it in the box, I want to say it was only like this big. So it's grown this much. So, but it's doing really good though. And I did have it standing up straight. Right now it's kind of leaning because I had it facing, it wasn't in the direct sunlight, but I had it by the window and it was facing, yeah, the window here. So it was facing like this and it was leaning towards the sunlight on the window. So I've turned it so that will go back that way. So, but right now I have it right here so that way I can show it. There we go. But that's my plant. I'm just so proud of it, but I couldn't believe it. It survived the whole ride up back home. And then my son squishes it. I was so upset. I was so upset. But he didn't, when he squished it, it just ended up bending everything. It didn't snap it. So it's fine. But it was interesting on how they were able to keep it in the little box. I don't know what it is with the roots, but it's enclosed in like this clear gel stuff. And then you have to take that off and just very, very carefully rinse it off. Make sure that there's no gel at all on the roots. It's a very delicate process, but I managed to do it. And then you just place it in the soil. So enough about that plant talk, but it's just, you go to these like places and like you can't get a plant and it's a neat souvenir because then as long as it stays alive, it's something that you keep for a long time instead of just a random t-shirt or something. So, and something different. So, but I'm excited to have it grow and it's supposed to eventually grow flowers. I have no clue what color it's going to be. So that's going to be another exciting thing. And the other thing that I really wanted to get are the salt and pepper shakers, trash can. So I got these ones. So it's got the castles. And then on this side, it's like with Disney. They also had the flower and garden ones, but I didn't want those. I just wanted the basic ones like these. So can you guess which one's pepper and which one's salt? This one's pepper and this one's salt. So I figured pepper would be dark, and then my husband Dave was saying this is like a sea foam green type color. So sea salt. Ooh. So, but I just love these. I thought they were absolutely adorable. I don't want to drop them. There we go. But I thought they're just absolutely adorable and they were cute. And it's just the simple things. I'm not a materialistic person. So to get just these little silly things like a plant and salt and pepper shakers, I'm happy. Yeah, but I had a great trip. So, but make sure to check out that bonus episode too. Well, I mean, of course, watch the, episode 12 and 13, but yeah, make sure to check out the bonus episode too. So I'm doing that one a little bit since I have no voice, and instead of having it just nothing but just the visuals and voice recording, I'm having to do that one different than how I usually do my other episodes. So make sure to check that out and let me know if you like that, how I did that. So I think I think it's going to turn out good. So, but I enjoy putting all the stuff together. Yeah, so, but that's pretty much it for, kind of talking a little bit about the Disney stuff. But the other things that I do want to talk about is with the social media. Facebook is, besides YouTube, Facebook is the one that is the best for staying up to date with the most recent stuff, where that one I'm more able to be more active and talkative on that one. Instagram has really been giving me problems, and it has given me problems in the past when I was helping out with the True Vivid Stone stuff with that Instagram. That one ended up getting all hacked and everything, a nightmare. And so, but for my Instagram for Midwest No Bounds, I don't want to get into detailed, boring stuff, but yeah, that one, Instagram gives me a very hard time. So I have caught people where they'll try to, send in comments and everything. And I've been able to get something worked out so that way I can be on top of it a little bit better. So if you're leaving any comments, I am going to try to reply back to those a little bit better and quicker. So hopefully that'll work out. But if you ask a question and I'm just not responding back, my apologies. I'm just having issues. Another thing too that I'm having issues with of the Instagram is that I will put the link of my YouTube channel to watch for the specific videos, and it'll paste the link on there, but it won't make the link active for you to actually click on to go watch the video. I don't know if other people are having that issue or if it's just me, but Instagram doesn't allow me to have an active link on there. So I just have it on there so that way you can do like a, old school style of, copy paste and then put it in when you go onto YouTube, and just more of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. There's just certain things that the companies are doing that I have no control over. And I've tried to, make some sort of adjustment or change to it to see if it would work better. And it just, no, Instagram just wants to give me a hard time. So it's a little bit frustrating because it's one that, it's a very popular, way of communicating for social media. So it's like, come on, I want this to work better. I want it to work, but it is what it is. Another option too, if you're on Instagram and you see a post come up and it's showing, and it's one of the posts where it's like, hey, I got a new episode up. You can also go to my website, MidwestNoBounds.com. There you can keep scrolling on the front page and I will have all of my YouTube videos on there. Down the road, once I have more videos, I might set up on the website with like a different page thing. So that way it's a little bit easier to, get to the YouTube videos and you're not having to like scroll the front page. But for now, with since I'm in the beginning stages of this whole thing, I have the YouTube videos on the front page. You just have to scroll down a little bit more. So that's an option there too. And I also have on the side panel, I also have everywhere on there where it shows all of my social medias. It has my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok. It's got the YouTube on there. So if you're ever wondering where to go to find me on the proper ones, on the proper places, it's just go to my website, MidwestNoBounds.com. You can also see articles that I've written of places that I've been to. But yeah, that is the main hub on where to find me, on the proper stuff, where to go, where's the link to the YouTube and stuff. So if you're on Instagram and you want to know how to get to my YouTube channel, just go to my website, MidwestNoBounds.com, and you'll find the YouTube channel right there. So yeah, just go to my website and you'll be able to find everything on me. But I didn't want to talk too much about like all the Disney stuff. I just wanted to come in and say hi and just kind of show my plant, my proud plant. But I also want to say a huge thank you to True Vivid Stone for sponsoring the Disney trip, and I had a blast and a great time. And so thank True Vivid Stone, so that way I was able to show the fun with you guys and share the fun with you guys. And I bet you didn't know that you can go scuba diving at Disney either. Not many people do know that, but you can. Watch episode 12 and you'll see people scuba diving. But yeah, I just wanted to catch up a little bit, show off my plant, my beautiful plant. I'm just so proud of my little plant. Have you ever seen WALL-E? Oh my gosh, I should put this thing in a boot. I should seriously put this thing in a boot. Now I need to find a boot planter. Then it'll be like WALL-E. I had an idea of, I saw a plant a pot planter on Etsy where it was the sign of the lands, but that's in the front entrance area of the lands, where that was shaped like a flower pot. But that one was made out of like a 3D printer. And I wanted more of like the ceramic, something heavier. I don't want the 3D printer because it's just plastic and light. I wanted the big ceramic thing, but I wasn't finding anything. I thought that was neat. But now that I thought of the boot from Wally, I'm a genius. At least I feel like it. Enough with the Disney stuff. Yeah, if you're having issues trying to see the links of any of my stuff, try to figure out which social medias I'm at, or you're having trouble with the YouTube, if you're on one of the social medias and you're having trouble finding, getting the links to work to see the YouTube videos, just go to my website, MidwestNoBounce.com. There you go. That's the proper way to find me. But yeah, until then, I'll just see you next time on the next podcast. Bye.